Interior CS Kindiki has on Monday presided over the launch of a new police unit dubbed the Water Protection Unit in efforts to protect critical water assets in the country from criminal activities. Speaking during the launch, Kindiki cited the increasing cases of vandalism and destruction of water infrastructure which have paralyzed operations in water delivery. Our very own Tiffany Wamboi gives us that report.
Cases of vandalism and destruction of the country's water assets and infrastructure have gone on for long, with cases often regarded as criminal and perpetrators facing charges under the penal code. However, more stringent laws will now be applicable to further deter the offences that have endangered the country's efforts to efficiently supply the essential commodity to its citizens, thanks to the formation of the Water Protection Unit. The Ministries of Interior and Administration and that of Water and Sanitation have collaborated to launch the Water Protection Unit, which is mandated with safeguarding water assets in the country from vandalism and destruction of water infrastructure. The unit will also be tasked with responding to other emerging security dynamics in the Ministry of Water. The launch, which was attended by Interior Cabinet Secretary Kindiki, his Principal Secretary counterpart Raymond Omolo, and Water and Sanitation Principal Secretary Paul Rono, will see the protection of water facilities in close to 34 counties under the State Water Works Development Agencies. Speaking during the launch, CS Kindiki acknowledged the fragility of the water sector, citing the possible security concerns that arise when not protected.
Water and the infrastructure that delivers water to the people of Kenya, it's a very essential commodity, very essential infrastructure, but also very delicate because any unauthorized access to water sources or water infrastructure can cause tremendous security risks for the country.
He further stated that the government has categorized water infrastructure as part of the critical sector of the country, which will be placed under the Critical Infrastructure Police Unit and the Protected Areas Act.
I have gazetted, effective this month, water infrastructure, water reservoirs, and all critical water sources as part of critical infrastructure that falls under the Protected Areas Act, which provides for special protection and which provides for procedures of removal from persons who might be found in those places without authorization.
PS Rono, while echoing his sentiments, noted that the government has been losing 10.6 billion shillings every year due to criminal activities surrounding water resources, lack of bill payment, and wrong metering.
The government has been losing close to 10.6 billion every year because of non-revenue water, which are related to destruction of the water infrastructure, non-payment of water bills, and wrong meterings, among others. And to address this issue of non-revenue water, there is need to see the components which are associated to non-revenue water, which one of it is the destruction of the infrastructure, and another one is related to the commercial issues.
Section 3 of the Protected Areas Act states that if, as respects any area, place or premises, it appears to the minister to be necessary or expedient in the interests of public safety and public order, that special precautions should be taken to prevent the entry of unauthorized persons. He may, by order published in the Gazette, declare such area, place or premises to be a protected area for the purposes of the Act. And so long as the order is in force, no person shall, subject to any exemptions for which provision may be made in the order, be in such protected area without the permission of the prescribed authority or such other person as may be specified in the order. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Tiffany Wamboi.
Thank you, Tiffany, for that report. Now, police officers have lamented over the lack of equipment and funds to carry out their duties as the task force looking into their welfare, chaired by retired Chief Justice David Maraga, held its inaugural meeting. The task force is seeking to eliminate any operational shortcomings in the police department and enhance the working environment for security employees. During the hearings, the different police departments explained how they have coordinated the obstacles that prevent them from fully carrying out their duties, citing the various challenges encountered. The task force is currently receiving public views on improvements into the terms of service of the officers. Our very own Dolly Murigi now reports.
Following the swearing-in of the 20-member National Committee that President William Ruto appointed, the path toward changing the terms and conditions of employment for police and prison service officers officially began this month and is currently in the public participation phase.
That's what I thought, eh?
The task force, led by former Chief Justice David Maraga on Monday, asked Kenyans to submit their views on the improvement of terms of National Police Service (NPS) and Kenya Prison Service (KPS) as part of the public participation.
We are calling upon members of the public, organized groups and institutions to email to us or deliver hard copies to us at Bomas of Kenya, written memoranda of their views. Last week, the task force gave notice of this through advertisements in 3 newspapers. That was on Friday, 27th of January. In which we gave even the email address. In that advertisement, we shared with the members of the public a schedule of the public hearings we shall hold in 47 counties.
Maraga said that the task force had divided itself into 2, with various committee members going to seek views in the counties.
We will be very, very careful to make sure that those officers freely talk. We are not going to say we have heard this from so and so. Do you see what I mean? We are not going to say, we are not going to name names. We will take the views from those officers. In fact, when we write the report, the senior officers will not even know where we got those views from.
At a hearing before the task force, the different police departments said that they coordinated the obstacles that prevent them from fully carrying out their duties, such as modern firearms, explosive devices and vehicles, among other challenges.
The service is what is the one that bought me the wheelchair and also chipped in to buy me a medically fit bed. And also, the service is the one that has also been, checking on me on how, there are a lot of things that we use. I use a urine bag, all those things. The service is the one that stands for that.
We would like the medical cover enhanced.
Yes.
Also, compensation to an officer who is injured in the line of duty, an officer who finally pays the ultimate price in providing security in his country, to his country, so that there is adequate compensation.
However, Maraga said that the task force had already received the memorandum from the National Police Service Commission.
We have reached out to the National Police Service Commission. We have reached out to IPOA. We have reached out to the services, and we have actually asked them to each make their own memorandum. We are considering all that. As I mentioned, one of the major issues that this task force is going to deal with is the issue of operational constraints.
The Maraga-led team is also tasked with analyzing and making recommendations for improvement in all other topics incidental to the best service delivery, including those relating to the welfare of the officers in all cadres of the National Police Service and the Kenya Prison Service. Dolly Murigi for Hope TV, Nairobi.